I like saying Hail Mary because my name's Mary.
I hate you, dragon.
Ding a ding, 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 ding. That's wild. Outer wild.
Spaceship! Spaceship! Spaceship!
Oh. I'm not gonna.
Cool. What's that?
Bum ba ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da 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 ba da 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 ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba. Dr. Pepper, Zero Pepper. Happy Wednesday! It is hump day. Except not really for me because all my days run together. So I don't really feel like I have a hump day, but I know that Wednesdays are a real hump day for most people. So happy Wednesday to everybody. It is good to see all of you here. We've got, let's see. We've got Padawan. I love the shirt, Padawan. Like, for real. I need to do a search for one because that is a great shirt. It's a great shirt. We've got DJ BJ, whose birthday is today. Today is DJ BJ's birthday. Oh, yeah. July 10th. Some date. I don't know. But July 10th, I do know. I have it. I have it right here. DJ BJ's birthday, July 10th. So big happy birthday to DJ BJ. We've also got Land Rider, we've got DJ, and we've got Cage. It's an day. I know, it's always an day. I'm always like, it's like a, hello? And we have Scarecrow! Oh, you can tell me exactly where to buy it. I bet if I just Google search it, but I am always happy for a link or something, because that is a great, I mean, I would love an original, like, Jurassic Park shirt anyway, but if you're gonna change it up, like, if you're gonna make a kind of silly Jurassic Park shirt, that is the one. Actually, and Chain, happy Wednesday! Back when I was what's called primary president of the primary organization in my church congregation, which is with all the little kids, ages like 3 to 11. I was primary president for a while before Andrew was asked to be bishop, and we were known as the third ward. And so I actually had I made the Jurassic Park sign, but I put like the 3 tally marks in it that were like claw marks because it was kind of like running a Jurassic Park with all those little kids. It was a walk in Jurassic Park is what it was. I was very proud of my, I put it on my binder, and if anybody asked, I was like, oh, it's because it's a walk in the Jurassic Park with all these little kids. But anyway, oh, thank you. I will take a look at that link. It's a great shirt. I am very happy to know that shirt exists. Yesterday, I had a lot of issues with my internet, so my stream was delayed an hour. And that was kind of a bummer, but so far it seems like we're okay today. Apparently the Spectrum internet went down literally all across Texas, like across the entire state of Texas. Everybody that had Spectrum was having problems. So that was crazy. And it's JR and Alex. Please note that tomorrow, July 11th, Tier 1 subscriptions go up in the price in the US and in other regions. Be sure to subscribe to Susie and your other favorite Twitch streamers before the rate goes up. Did they really raise rates? As if Twitch needs any more money. They run so many ads, like it's asinine to me that they would raise the prices of their subscriptions. Whatever. I do have some news though. Oh, in a women's cut. Okay, all right, that's good to know. I'll check it out. So regarding subs, actually, I have a mini announcement. So next month marks the year anniversary of when I lost my mom. And I have felt that it was important for me and my siblings to spend that weekend together. But we just all saw each other back in June. And it was great and we had a wonderful time and it was lovely and it was healing and it was great. But I felt very strongly that we should try to get together for the 1 year anniversary of my mom's passing. And so we're trying to make that happen. And so my part that I'm trying to do, because I'm basically going, hey, come out to Texas because I have kids and can't fly with my kids. I mean, I can, but it's a lot more work. So from now until August 11th, all like cheers, subs, donations, anything like that will all go toward getting my siblings out here to visit me and spend the weekend with me and have that August 11th be a day that we can reminisce about my mom and spend time together, because I'm really nervous that if we don't do this, I'm nervous that we will wish we had, and that the day will come and that we will all be like, oh, we really wish that we were together today. And I'm not saying, I told my siblings, look, I don't think this should happen every single year, although it would be amazing if we could do that. But I'm not saying that every single August, you guys have to come to Texas or whatever. I'm just saying that for the year anniversary, I think it's important for us to be together. And so any sort of monetary donations that come through Twitch, whether that's subs or cheers or anything like that, will go toward helping my siblings get out here for a couple days. Hopefully we can do it. So Scarecrow, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I really, really do. I've never really had much of like a really actual legit goal before, other than like one time I think I did like a birthday donation thing because I was trying to build a PC. And it makes me feel weird to say, okay, well, I'm doing this fundraiser or whatever, but I know that things are kind of tough because my sister still is unemployed and my brother's got a whole lot going on in his life. But I do feel like it's important to try and offer what help I can to get them out here. So, but that's all I'm going to say about that. So, happy birthday to DJ BJ, and big shout out to Scarecrow for gifting a sub. I appreciate that so much. And I know DJ does too. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I have going on in my life. I don't think there is. I think it's just hot here, and Charlotte is killing it in swimming. I'm very, very proud of her. She's killing it in swimming. And so this week and last week were she was in level 4. There are 5 levels and she was in level 4, and she was the only kid in level 4. So she's basically had just one-on-one coaching with the level 4 teacher, which has been honestly great. She hasn't had to wait for anybody. She hasn't had to sit and hang out on the wall while other kids do things. It's literally just her one-on-one back in the deep end of the pool with the level 3s right next to her. So she's killing it in swimming, and I'm really, really proud of her. And she continues to ask to play Hogwarts Legacy. So this coming Friday, we will play more Hogwarts Legacy, and that will be great. And honestly, we have a month until school starts, I'm pretty sure. As a swimmer in my past life, I have tried swimming and I am terrible at it. It is one of the best exercises for lung capacity. If you ever want to increase your lung capacity for singing or instruments or, any of those reasons, swimming is the best. It is the best. So, oh, my contact lenses shipped. Okay. August. Wait. Well, when is... Okay, wait. When is Meet the Teacher night, then? I'm confused. Oh, it's on the 8th. Okay, well, there you go. Thank you, Dingle! Dingle for the sub. 8 hours of HL this month. That'll be fun. Oh, Hogwarts Legacy? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time. The first day of school is on August 14th. So we're literally just shy of a month out. Seriously, highlight of my day. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's like my serotonin. It's like my one hit of serotonin right throughout the day. I love it. I love my Dr. Pepper so much. I don't know. It's probably a problem, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. My new to me little one starts school this year. Start school? So like first ever. Oh, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Charlotte starting school was one of the most, I don't want to put this in a bad light because every kid is different, but Charlotte in particular is a very sensitive kid and she's very much a homebody. And so starting school for her was very traumatic. It was traumatic for both of us because I felt like a jerk because I was pushing this crying child through the front doors every day. And she was miserable because she didn't want to be away from me every day. And I am so proud of the little kid and the person that she's becoming. She is becoming such an awesome little young woman. And she is a riot and she is a magical child and I absolutely adore her and I would do anything for her unless it's at 8 o'clock at night, then she needs to be in her room so I have my own time. And we've been watching DuckTales together, the new DuckTales, and I gotta be honest, I like it fine, but there are too many episodes that are filler episodes between the episodes that matter. The episodes that have like the base plot line, those are great, and I like those. But there are so many in between those episodes that are just kind of like, what's the point of this? There is no point of this. Hey, it's Paladroon! Residents of Persia. Yeah, I've been doing some treasure hunting, but I am very confused on how to get this one. Hello? And, hey, and it's Mac! How was the dentist yesterday? How was the dentist? Dentist, are you like a Xanax dentist person or are you okay with the dentist? Like I have friends that are like, I legit have to take Xanax to go to the dentist. I'm not one of those people. I've never had, oh, beans. I'm so sorry. That sucks. So the reboot is great, but like I said, I feel like, I know, like it's not my choice of visit either, but I'm not one of those that's like, I have to legitimately take like Xanax to go to a dentist, but I've never had any really horrible experiences with dentists. Ander has had some really terrible experiences with dentists, but weirdly enough, I was just looking at Cage Roan's name. He just doesn't stress out about the dentist, even though he's had horrible experiences because his dad, when he was younger, or when Ander was younger, his dad took him to this Asian dentist that Ander couldn't really understand, and he didn't use any painkiller. So all of Ander's, because I guess he was a friend of Ander's dad, and Ander could speak his language, I guess, or his dad could speak his language. His dad served a mission in Korea, and he never used pain meds on Ander. So every cavity he ever had as a kid, he just got drilled out without any Novocaine, anything like that. Also, it's Sword Art. Then good thing you don't watch anime. The amount of fillers, backtracking, recaps. I did feel that way about, I felt that way about, Avatar. And that wasn't even like actual anime, but I felt like there were too many episodes that were just filler. And the episodes that had something to do with the main story, I did appreciate. And I do appreciate them from DuckTales. Last night, we finally had one that actually had like a meaning behind it. And I was like, awesome. But there were literally like 10 before that where I was like, none of this matters. It doesn't matter. But with that being said, there are some very, very funny moments. And the voice acting is great. Voice acting is really, really great. I've never had a bad dentist experience. But, Ander had a bunch, but weirdly. Okay, like this one here? I don't understand. I'm not going in the right direction. Oh, ugh. I was trying to do this one the other day. I couldn't. Okay, you can't shoot your chakram or whatever. What is those things? It doesn't make any sense. It's DJ BJ's birthday. Best dentist experience was when I had to have 2 root canals. Was that because you were just high out of your mind? I guess that's true. We used to watch cartoons back in the day. Oh, speaking of, so just kind of on a whim, I decided to watch the first 2 episodes, like the pilot episodes of Hey Arnold with Charlotte. It does not hold up very well over the years. Like it doesn't age very well. And I'm not saying that it's bad. It's not that it's bad, but it just does not, it certainly does not have the same, it doesn't have the same charm, I guess. Now, granted, that was the original first episode, and so maybe I'm just, how do you get to these things? Secrets. Are there breakable walls? Oh my gosh. There are. Oh my gosh. Can I, how do you? Oh, just that one. Okay. I did not know that there were breakable walls. Slightly increased Athra Surge attack damage. Well, that would have been helpful. Wow, okay. Magical walls. Got it. I think I know how to get that other one then. Maybe. Yeah, they don't really, I mean, some of them, I don't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of them. Also, it's Wolf! How's it going? It is good to see you, my friend. I don't know. It's this episode, the very first episode is this episode where, they're in this, like, fruit play. Oh, it's gotta be this one, right? Oh, maybe not. Where are the magical walls? It has to be, oh, I did that last time. Maybe there isn't a magical wall on this one. Maybe there's a magical wall right here. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. So they're in this play about the food groups, and Helga is the one that's directing it. And she is angry because they're not doing it right or whatever. Oh, this is it. This is it. Magic? Magic? Okay. Okay. Nope, that's not magic either. And so Gerald and Arnold decide to, they decide to just skip out on the play, and they ride the bus into town, and they skip out on the play, and then they're just like standing outside the bus depot, I guess, because the bus reaches the end of the line and just goes back to the bus station, and so they're stuck. And they're just standing out there, and then somebody, yeah, Gerald is dressed as a strawberry, and Arnold is a banana in his weird football-shaped head, is in the costume, and they're standing there, and then this guy drives by and throws this bag out to them, and they're like, "What is it?" And he goes, "You know what it is," and he like drives away weirdly. So they open the bag, and it's filled with like, it's filled with money, just hundreds of dollar bills, and they're like, "Whoa!" So they just take it, and they just move along with it, and they buy themselves some clothes and all that stuff. And oh, there it is! There's a magic door! Oh, oh my god. Oh my. Okay, wait. I don't want to die. Oh my gosh. And, come come to find out there were these thieves that were supposed to get the money, but they were supposed to be dressed literally like a banana and a strawberry. Makes no sense. They get to the pickup point like a minute after Arnold and Gerald walk away with the money. And I was like, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, there is Stoop Kid and Pigeon Man. I do remember Stoop Kid. I don't remember Pigeon Man. I do kind of remember Stoop Kid. I do not remember the one about, how do you pronounce that, Mr.? Is it Win? Win's daughter? And then I know that they're, like, those shows, all cartoons can get kind of sneaky about, so every once in a while, like even Futurama, which I think is hilarious. I love Futurama. But there are some episodes, like the one with the dog and the one with like the Lucky Charm and stuff that are brutal and make me cry pretty much every single time I watch them. Now I understand why these are extra tricky treasures, because they require magical walls. Oh, I don't remember the movie. Although, doesn't Helga tell Arnold how she feels in the movie? I think she finally comes clean. I think she actually finally tells him how she feels. Do they end up together? I don't even remember. I don't even remember how many seasons there are, but that first, maybe they get better as the show goes on, but that first pilot episode, I was like, The beginning is great though. The music is great. It's great. The music is great. I love the music in Hey Arnold. I think I recall that she does it, but I think she does somehow manage to cover it up. I think she says something like, in like the heat of the moment, I might have said some things or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I used to love Hey Arnold, but a lot of those shows don't really hold up very well after, you know, because times were just different. Times were different. Cartoons were far less, they were just less like, I don't know. Nowadays, everybody feels like they have to have like these crazy like, oh, I need a tree is what I need. Holy moly. And I just almost missed one. Like, I get that now it's like, okay, well, you have to have this underlying plot line, like I was gonna say in Scrooge, in DuckTales or like Gravity Falls or something. The one in Gravity Falls was great. I loved it. And there were a few episodes between each like plot-based episode that were kind of filler. But for the most part, it was pretty consistent across the board. There were a few filler episodes, but not very many. But with DuckTales, I just feel like there are so many. My favorite moment so far out of DuckTales, hands down, is the one where, it's the very first one when they first meet Uncle Scrooge and they find out Scrooge is their uncle and they're in the van and all three boys are like yelling and they're like, Uncle Scrooge! And they're yelling and yelling and yelling. And then one of them, I don't remember which one is which, but the one in the blue shirt, like literally comes out of the window and rolls on top of the van and then slides back in the window again. And it was so random. It's just the funniest. I should make that into a celebration gift because it was great. Oh my gosh, as I live and breathe, it is Kalis. How are you? It is so good to see you, my friend. How's it hanging, man? Is there one about a chocolate-loving kid? Man, I don't remember any of these episodes of Hey Arnold. I only ever remember... isn't there one... Oh, okay, that was awesome. That was great. Where am I going? I don't know. I think I was heading over here. Okay. You know what? I was heading away from that dude. Oh, I was heading to do this. Yep. Here we go. Also, I could have killed him. Take him down. There's a door that I tried to get into yesterday that I was sorely mistaken on. Oh, can I not get down there now? All the usual. Just working and singing and gaming. That sounds like my life, actually. Well, not as much singing as I'd kind of like. Although last Sunday, the bishop of my church congregation, he grabbed me. He walked past me really fast and he goes, hey, Sorn, and I was like, what? And he goes, can I talk to you for a second? And I said, sure. So I don't know what just happened. So he pulled me aside and he goes, so how do you feel like singing? And I was like, it was right before church started. I was like, right now? And he goes, no, like next week. And I was like, oh, Sure, I'll sing next week. So anyway, apparently I'm singing this coming Sunday. It was kind of a out of the blue thing, but that's okay. You know what? I feel like that healing at the whack whack tree was so pointless. I'm already down. Oh, I'm already down so much. Oh no! Oh my gosh, everything about this is bad. Just trying to get some treasures. How did I? This just in, I got some shorts. Got some shorts. Oh, thank you. It'll be something I've just kind of sort of thrown together. I actually really want to sing a song called Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, which was one of my mom's favorite songs. I'm hoping I can make it through that without totally breaking down. I think I'll be okay though, because I also have other memories attached to that song of me singing it in high school. And then right after we sang that, we sang Handel's Messiah, and everybody just assumed that everybody knew the words, and I did not. So I just had to pretend. All I knew was, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. That's all I knew. The whole like, and he shall reign forever. Like, that's all I know. And he shall reign forever and ever. That's all I know. That's it. So, oh, it's a wonderful song. And my mom, she passed away last August. Oh, that's what I did before. Sargon. Seriously? Sargon! Get it together! You're an immortal! Act like it! Gee, dang it. This is how to do it. Yeah, I was doing the wrong way. Oh my gosh, everything. Okay, we're gonna start over. So I have other memories of that song too, but that was a favorite of my mom's. And that's kind of my go-to one when I'm in a pinch and I'm kind of like, oh, I'm supposed to sing in a week? Okay, I guess I'll just sing that one. Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. My siblings and I are hoping to get together this August to celebrate the 1-year anniversary together. I think that's important. Ed, Edd n Eddy was also hilarious. It was very wacky. And SpongeBob, I thought was absolutely hysterical. But I talked to so many people that are like, oh no, we don't watch SpongeBob in our house. It is banned in our house. And I have never been able to figure out why. Why is SpongeBob banned in your house? Although I never watched the later seasons. And I did hear that SpongeBob got a little weird. Really weird. So I don't know, maybe I haven't seen any of the like super weird ones. But I think of like the Just One Bite. And I think of, what is the one? The one with like all the nematodes that come eat his pineapple. And, yeah, so I was just saying that I got my 9-year-old to watch the original like pilot episode of Hey Arnold with me the other day, and I didn't feel like it quite held up. But with that being said, I don't feel like it was like bad. I just was like, this isn't quite the same as I remember. Also, why am I coming down this way? I mean, I guess we are down this way, aren't we? Ooh. I guess we'll do some treasure hunting and then I don't know how I ended up down this way, but I do not like that I am down this way at all. This way. But a lot of those old cartoons didn't really hold up super well, but I mean, at the same time, my daughter's 9. Like, her expectations are not going to be nearly as high as mine are. But we have not taken the plunge on, yeah, we're all in the same age bracket. Like, we all remember those. We remember Ed, Edd n Eddy. We remember, do you remember, like, Angry Beavers? And, like, Invader Zim? And, like, Cat Dog? Cat Dog was a little after. Cat Dog was more like my sister, Cage Roan. Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. I never watched Fairly Odd Parents. No, I'm sorry. I never watched Danny Phantom. Oh, this is the dark place? Oh, I hate that so much. Right, we're gonna just run to this place right here because I feel like I can do that and everything else can just burn. Can I set everything on fire with this eye? Did I fight something in here? I must have. I don't remember. Oh. I hate those heads so much. What we gotta do Just go down. Huh? One more time. Oh! Gross. Oh, yeah, you're a problem. Gross. Oh, that sound is so bad. Ugh. Gross. I also watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, which was also on crack. So much crack. It was so weird. I don't think it would hold up now, but I think Charlotte, yeah, that squelching sounds gross. I think Charlotte would be terrified of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Let's call it what it is. She would be so scared. That show is messed up. I remember the one with Return the Slab. And then I remember Freaky Fred and the haircuts. He talks in poetry, talks in poems, and all he wants is to give people haircuts. Oh, which reminds me of Dr. Barber in the Misadventures of Flapjack. Talk about wackadoo show. That one is wild. I showed that one to Charlotte and she was like, I don't like this. This is weird. And I was like, yeah, you are not wrong, my dude. You are definitely not wrong. Flapjack is wild. Oh my gosh. Flapjack was just like it tried so hard to be different and unique that it just went the opposite direction. But yeah, Dr. Barber is always talking about a haircut. And actually there's a place right down the street from us that says Dentist Barber. And every time I drive by, I always think of Dr. Barber. Who is singing? Oh, maybe if I do that. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Boom. Look at me. I did it. I figured it all out on my own. Yay. Look at all these amulets I'm getting, man. I wish I would have had all these amulets before I had my butt handed to me by Varum yesterday. Oh no, my internet dropped again. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold. It'll come back. Give it a second. Okay, is it back? I know, my amulet. Boom! Shockwave. Sent shockwaves through my internet. I had issues with my internet yesterday because apparently there were Spectrum down, like, outages all across Texas. And I've been crossing my fingers, hoping that today is... Flapjack was ahead of its time. If it had come along a couple years later, it would have done well. I didn't like Adventure Time either. I thought Adventure Time was... I don't know. I couldn't get into Adventure Time. Charlotte watched some of it, but I couldn't get into Adventure Time. Adventure Time was one of those that I was just like, I just cannot get into this. And I couldn't get into Flapjack either. Chowder was funny. I thought Chowder was really funny. I did not love Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends as much as everybody else did because, first of all, it came along when I was a little older, but also I feel like it sets a bad example. Frankie is always screaming at people. She's just mean. She's really mean and she just screams at everybody. And you know what? As much as like everybody, like Blue is like the main invisible friend, he's a freaking jerk. He is such a jerk. And this is one of the reasons I do not love the Adventures or the Wonderful World of Gumball, because everybody is always yelling at each other. And I'm like, we don't talk to each other like that, man. I'm like, what are you watching? Charlotte thinks Gumball is hilarious. I do not. I think Gumball is weird. I think it's somewhat entertaining. Like sometimes I will come across parts and be like, yeah, that's kind of funny. But ultimately, I think Gumball is super bizarre and I don't love it. I don't love it. You mean like, I got into the overall harasser arcs on Adventure Time. I don't even know like what any of the Adventure Time stuff is. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that the guy that does the dog's voice is the same guy that does Bender's voice. And I think I watched the very first episode with Charlotte and it just wasn't my thing. And then Charlotte watched a little bit of Chowder and she liked Chowder, but she would only watch the first 3 episodes. She wouldn't watch anything past that. When they go to the bank and she's like, would you like a lollipop? And he's like, would I? And she says, would you? Would I? Would you? And it goes on back and forth for like 5 minutes. And then finally Schnitzel's like, wah, rah, rah, rah. Oh yeah, that is like, I don't know. I thought Chowder was funny, but it's also funny in that really bizarre, like anything goes kind of way. I don't love Chowder, but it's just, oh, harasser arcs. I was like, I don't understand what that is. I thought a harasser was just a character in Adventure Time. That's all I thought it was. I never had an interest in anime, and I never had an interest in old Pokemon. The only anime that I have ever, yeah, that's right. He was also done by Joe DiMaggio? John DiMaggio. Is it Joe or John? I can't remember. I've never had, the only anime I've ever had interest in is Studio Ghibli. That's really the only anime I've ever watched, honestly. Which, I mean, if you're gonna watch an anime, probably best to watch that one. Or those ones, that world. But, I've never really watched any anime-like shows. I never got into the old Pokemon. It wasn't really my jam, but I do remember watching my sister get into that, and she really, where the fruit am I going? She really liked the old Pokemon. I think Cage can attest to this, possibly. I might be lying. Wow, okay, leave me alone. I just don't want to fight anybody. Like, I just want to run away from everybody. Do those big creepy creatures with the giant masks on them, do they live down here? Wait a minute. Where was that tree leading? Did I miss a tree? Or not? I'm confused. There's a tree up here. Is that where it's leading me? John DiMaggio's in everything, and what's her face? Tara Strong is in everything. We just watched the episode of DuckTales the other night where they go into that fairy forest and they have to play golf. And they're like two ponies that show up. And I was like, I'm pretty sure those are two of the voices from My Little Pony. And sure enough, we looked it up afterward and they are. I think it's Tara Strong that does Twilight Sparkle and what's her face that does Pinkie Pie. But Tara Strong is also in everything. And what a cool, like, I think I would much rather be famous for being behind the scenes than in front of the camera. You know what I mean? I'd rather be famous for being like a voice actor and being in everything, but not having people recognize me everywhere I go, than be like an actual like famous person like on a camera. You know what I mean? The creepy mask things with the hemorrhoids. Yes. That's what I was talking about. The creepy mask things. There are no other secrets there, or I am just so good that I got all the secrets. Oh no, those are the catacombs and these is the what? Oh, this is the depths. We will 100% come across those things. You just wait, I'll show you. It's bad situation. They're creepy, really creepy. They're super spooky. Or like the lady that does Bart Simpson's voice, you know what I mean? My cousin, Eliza, met her one time and she was like, it was crazy. She was just talking to me like a regular person and all of a sudden she just busted out Bart Simpson. It was really shocking. It was like, I was not prepared for it at all. It was so shocking. Oh, I'm afraid none of those come out of the wall, right? I don't think they do. They do. They have like growths on their well, like on their whole bodies. They have like these crazy growths on their bodies. Oh Lord. I think I'm supposed to change that. Oh, now they're both going down. Does that make it? Okay. The lady that does Bart's voice that breaks out in his voice regularly sometimes. She also does like 6 other voices too. Doesn't she do like Nelson? And she does like 4 or 6 other voices. I can't remember all the voices she does. And I'm not like, oh, she posts on social media. Okay, well that makes, me too, Wolf. I was like, that was the first time I was ever like, you know what? It doesn't matter what you look like or like what, if you have you can make it as a voice actor doing any character as long as you're good at what you do. She surprised me. And then the lady that did, isn't it a female that does Bobby Hill's voice? I'm pretty sure. I think a female does both Bobby Hill and Joseph's voice in King of the Hill. Yeah, I think it's the same voice, isn't it? I don't know how to do... I don't know how to do this. Maybe I don't have to do this. Oh, yes, I do. Can you not get back up there? There's got to be a way. Oh, maybe that's... Oh, no. Oh, I know how to do it. I have these time powers, and I forget I have them. You know what? I would love to do voice acting as well. I'm not really sure where to start either. And to be totally honest, I don't know if I have the, like... I don't know if I have the I don't know if I'm driven enough, because it takes a lot of work. Like, it sounds really fun if somebody would just come up to me and be like, hey, we want to hire you to do a voice in this cartoon. I'd be like, oh, okay. I don't want to actually put any work into it. But I do think being a voice actor would be really, really fun. Like I said, I'd rather be well known for being behind the scenes instead of being like on camera. I think that would be a safer way to be really well known. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna come across one of those things. I know one's up here. Know it. I don't know where they are, but they're in scary places. No. Oh. Oh. Okay, all right. We can do that. That's not hard. That's fine. We can do it. Oh, I hate the music in this place so much. Oh, wait a minute. Ron, is it pronounced Funches? Is doing lots of voice acting now. I chat him up on Twitch pretty regularly. Who is he? Okay, wait. I see the guy who does the voice of Dr. Doofenshmirtz on social media. Who's Dr. Doofenshmirtz? Yeah, I remember there was an episode of, what was it? There was an episode where that guy would sit and interview these actors. He had the whole cast of The Simpsons on there, and he interviewed them in their characters. So, oh, this is what happened last time. Oh, I think I know how to do this. I can't remember. That is one I've never seen. I've never watched Phineas and Ferb. But I've only heard amazing things about it, but I've never actually watched it. I bet Charlotte would probably love it. I've never actually watched it. So here's a question. If I do that... Seriously? For the freaking love. If I do that, does my Xerxes carry over? No. The fruit. There is literally no... Oh, whoops, a daisy. Oh, he's the villain. Okay, I've never actually seen Phineas and Ferb. There has to be a way... Oh, wait. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm like way down. Okay. Oh. There is no... There is no way to, like... That's too small of a... Can you climb? Oh, you can't. Okay. That's how you do it. I was like, there's no way to say, okay. This place. So much. Okay. Let's go find one of those things. I don't really want to find one of those things, but I do because I want to prove to you that I'm not lying. There are these things. They're hideous. Oh my gosh, they're so horrifying. Yeah, that's the guy that sells you stuff. Or he wants your Xerxes, I think. Oh, is that a warp thing? We don't want to go in there. You know what? Some of the funniest cartoons I've ever seen in my life have been like the original Looney Tunes cartoons. Those are so, so funny. And I know that people don't watch them nowadays because there are a lot of like these kind of people claim that they're racist or whatever, and I get that. There were definitely some things about it that probably should not have been aired to children, but there are some episodes that are just absolutely hysterical. Like the Barber of Seville is so funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Why don't you get poisoned, man? That seems really rude. Yeah, that. That's not even where I want to go. Okay. Oh yeah, and then there's that guy that does like freaking Pinky's voice and does what's it? Yakko's voice. I'm pretty sure, not Wacko, right? Wacko was done by somebody else. Just all these voice actors, and I'm one of those people that IMDb's the crap out of everything I watch. Ander does not care about who does what voices or whatever, but I'm always like, recognize that voice. Who is that? I know that voice. Who is that person? And then sure enough, I'm like, oh, I was right. I knew it was so-and-so. I knew it. And I feel this weird, immense satisfaction about like being able to recognize that. Ander doesn't care at all. He's like, why does it matter? I'm like, I don't know. It's like a guessing game. Now, oh yes, Mel Blanc. Yep, Mel Blanc did every single voice in the entire Looney Tunes world. Every single one. For years. And then I think he passed away. I think they even created, like, characters based off of his own. Oh, Rob Paulson did Yakko. Yeah, my husband's one of them. He does not look people up on IMDb. He's just kind of like, I don't know, like, okay. But for me, I'll be watching something, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I recognize that voice. I know that voice. Who is that? I swear I've heard that somewhere before. I know, it's so-and-so from so-and-so, and then I immediately go look it up. And sometimes I'm right, and sometimes I'm wrong. I think I know how to do this. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Treasure hunting. Getting so many amulets that I totally could have used. Create a laser beam. These are the coolest amulets, and I am not getting any of them. Ooh. Or I'm like, I wish I would have had them forever ago. Oh, stupid. Okay, way to go, self. That's great. I'm so talented at this game. So, you know what? I should have made that higher up, actually, I think. Okay, there's that treasure. Gotta find one of these creatures. You guys will be... Cage, you will be so horrified when you see it. It's gonna be great. It was just a big surprise. That's all. It was just a really big surprise. I was definitely not expecting it. It was pretty shocking. No, don't kill me now. Oh, stop me now. I am not having a great time. Not here, not down here. This place is a bad situation. Okay. Raw Unstoppable. Okay, there's another one I never watched. I never watched Kim Possible, but I know there was a lot of love for Kim Possible. I never watched Codenamed Kids Next Door. That one came kind of after my cartoon years. And I'm trying to think, what did my brother... My brother really loved like Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And, you know, I remember watching like the Gummy Bears, and I remember watching the Snorks. I don't remember much about the Snorks, but I remember Fraggle Rock. My brother was really into, like, I remember watching Gargoyles, Tailspin. I remember, your autocorrect just tried to say unchristian. No, Andrew just doesn't care. He's not a pop culture guy. He just does not care. And I'm just like, what's that like, man? I don't know what that's like. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight any of you. I just want to... Oh, but there is a secret down there. So you're a lost guy. I think so. the matter, buddy? Something got your feet? Oh. Ah! Ow! It's you, isn't it? Oh. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, but it's on now. See you later. Oh. Get him, Jerry, get him. Yeah, I knew it. That you were the treasure. Yep, okay. This is my bad habit of just randomly like, oh, I do remember pound puppies. I had a pound puppy. Like I had the stuffed pound puppy. Did any of you guys have the little cat or like the little pup, the little pets that had like Velcro on their stomach and they had little puppies inside them? Oh my gosh. I think my cousin had one. And that's all I wanted to play with at my cousin's house was it was like, what was it called? Katie, did you have one? All I remember from those is the pound puppies. I don't remember Foofer or Poppies. Popples? Popples. I do remember the gummy bears. What else? Tailspin, gargoyles. I remember Rescue Rangers. Dude, I remember watching like the old Popeye cartoons at my great aunt's house. It was my great aunt. She lived in Idaho and they didn't have a whole lot of stuff to do for kids, which was weird because they had a lot of kids. So they must have had a lot of grandkids. But I remember watching like ye olde Popeye shows at their house, like ye olde. And I don't know if you guys have watched, yeah, Ch-Ch-Ch-Ch-Bandale, Rescue Rangers, Ch-Ch-Ch-Bandale when in danger. I don't know if you guys have watched any of those old Popeyes since becoming an adult, but they are hysterical. Popeye, the things Popeye like mutters under his breath are a delight. They are so freaking funny. And a lot of it, from what I understand, was ad-libbed. Oh my gosh. Like, they're not the greatest episodes ever to be like, they're not like the most well-written or whatever, but they are so fun. Like his little funny little anecdotes and stuff are so funny. I was so surprised. Oh, there's a treasure here? Is there? Oh, there is. And I do appreciate those. Boys had My Buddy and girls had Kid Sister. Were they the same thing? Like the little dog that had like the Velcro on the middle and so you could like make it have babies? A Foofer plushie. I need to look up Foofer. What is Foofer? I do love the DuckTales theme though, I'm not gonna lie. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. It's a good one. And I really like, oh yeah, no, I don't recognize those at all. The misadventures of a blue bloodhound called Foofer and his canine friends as they protect their homes and their friends from those who are out to get them. First episode date, September 13th, 1986. Pound puppies. I remember the pound puppies. What about Heathcliff? Did you any of you guys watch Heathcliff? I feel like I saw it. Okay, there are the Snorks. Wasn't Care Bears a thing? Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a duck blur. Charlotte knows the whole thing by heart. I don't. No, it was a human, but it was an essential 80s stuffed toy. Oh, it was a human. I feel like I do recognize the term kid sister. But I never had one. I don't recall. Gosh dang it. Are we never going to find one of those friggin' creepos? We will find one. I know we will. We're just treasure hunting, man. Okay. I remember watching the old DuckTales. Like, I do remember that. I don't really remember, like, much of the actual episodes, but I do remember watching the old DuckTales. And then, of course, I remember my parents had these VHS tapes that had all these shows of, like, the little, what are they? They're like Little Audrey and, like, Little Lulu. And there were all these old school cartoons. Some of them were Disney, but not many of them were Disney. A lot of them were just kind of, I don't know what company did Little Lulu or Little Audrey, but like Little Lulu was always getting into trouble because she was always like coming up with other ways to like do her chores, and then she would run off and get into trouble. Oh, one of these, look, look at it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look. It has mouths on its shoulder. It has mouths on its butt. Oh, and Felix. Felix the cat. I do remember the Felix the cat. The one I remember the most out of Felix the cat is the one where he goes to this castle and there's like ghosts in the castle, and somehow they've taken this, like, I remember the one with the golden goose, but there was this castle one where they're taking like the life forces out of people, and like it's like old King Cole or something that's like, they're like stealing his life force or something like that. I don't remember, but there was just this machine that they would put the mask on him and it would like suck stuff out of him. It was like his soul or something. Anyway, this is the baddie that I was talking about. This is what we were talking about. This guy, this freaking guy. Yeah, look at him. He's so gross. Hemorrhoid City right there. Yep. Absolutely. And you never see what's under the mask either. You have no idea. It's just bad situation all around. Oh man, it's closed. Open it. That reminds me, Auntie Katie, I say Auntie Katie because I've just been talking to my girls about Auntie Katie. My sister Katie used to call elephants baby ovenets. It's one of the cutest things I've ever heard a little kid say. And also, my favorite thing Auden says is pluggle. We have to pluggle it in. Ooh. Just happened, but... Or she'll be like, can you pluggle my ears, mama? It's my favorite. It's so cute. Pluggle. Charlotte, my favorite thing Charlotte ever said was sunscreen. You need to put on sunscreen. That was one of my favorites. Oh man, Felix the cat. And then there was another one that was black and white, I remember, where he was like running on Saturn or something, like the rings of Saturn or something. I don't remember. But I do remember watching Felix the cat. There was another one where, oh, he had a goldfish, then he went into the ocean to return the goldfish to like, yeah, pluggle is like, and then glub for gloves. Both my girls said that. Glubs. That was one of my favorites too. I don't remember the littles, but I do remember like Face from Nickelodeon, from Nick Jr. I remember Face. And then Andrew the other day was like, okay, what's this from? Ready? And he played this beginning for me. It was this long beginning. And I was like, what is happening? It sounded to me kind of like a potential Muppet situation. And then as it started playing, they were like, I don't remember what they were saying, but it turns out it was Eureka's Castle. Did any of you guys watch Eureka's Castle? I remember zippy zap about Eureka's Castle other than I watched it. I remember watching it, but that was on Nickelodeon, and with the only time we watched Nickelodeon shows were at my grandparents' house in the summertime when we would go visit my grandparents that lived in Michigan, and we didn't have Nickelodeon ourselves. And so we only got to watch Nick Jr. like a handful of times over the course of our young lives because we only got to watch it at my grandparents' house. Ah! No. And he knows that I'm behind him. Oh, and he's dead now. What's up, man? Sorry, not sorry. Is this a magical wall? It seemed like a magical wall. And Animaniacs, yes! Ander still knows most of the song. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama. Something says something Peru. Yeah, he almost knows like the whole song. How did I not get that? That's so easy. Like, that's one of the easiest ones. Mr. Wizard? I don't think I... Oh, looking at Magellan, I don't know what Magellan is. I don't know what Magellan's or what Magellan is, but that reminds me of Gullah Gullah Island. Did any of you guys watch Gullah Gullah Island? Wasn't there like this big giant frog? There was somebody in a frog costume. It was kind of like Barney, but I'm pretty sure it was a frog. I think. No. We are not making things up. There was Gullah Gullah Island. I don't know what Magellan is. I don't know what Mr. Wizard is. Eureka's Castle was like a Muppety kind of show. And they were in this castle, and I don't know who Eureka was, but it was kind of educational from what I remember. I think it was educational. Oh, I can get rid of this now. But that's literally all I remember from it, was that it was a bunch of Muppets, and it was in a castle, and it was called Eureka's Castle. Oh, Dragon Tales. I remember seeing something on Instagram the other day. Well, I say the other day, I haven't had Instagram for a while, but I remember seeing it like forever ago, where it was the Dragon Tales theme song was playing, and it was like, Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but the girl was like dancing to it, and she was like, you know, feeling it. And the words on the screen said something like, if you watch Dragon Tales, chances are you're into crystals now, or something like that, like crystals and gems. Lots of like healing auras of like crystals and gems. I'm not into that, but I do know people who are. It's not really my thing, but Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales, Pingu? I don't know what Pingu is. Rocky and the Dodos? I don't know what that is, but that sounds delightful. I remember movies like Troll in Central Park and the Pebble and the Penguin. I think they were done by the same. Oh, were they Don Bluth? I think they were. Mr. Wizard was a science show like Bill Nye. Oh, Bill Nye was great. My 8th grade year of science, I had a teacher that was like massively obese and had a really hard time getting up and walking around. And so he was recovering from a surgery, or that was where it all started, I guess, but he had a really hard time walking around. He literally just had us watch Bill Nye the Science Guy, like all the time. That's all I learned in his class, was just Bill Nye, the science guy. That was it. Oh, okay, Pingu. Okay, I definitely have seen Pingu, but I've never actually like watched it. I loved Oliver and Company. I knew all the words, and to this day, I still know every single word to Georgette's song. Every single word. Girl, we've got work to do. Oh, they're all dead. Somebody killed them for me. Was it me? Did I kill them for me? I think I might have. Oh no! No, I can't get up there. Oh yes.
I don't want to do the work today. I don't really want to.
I remember my parents like went out of town or something, or they went out for the night or something, and they were like, "There's a surprise on your bed," and we went and looked on our bed, and there was Oliver and Company VHS, baby. We were so excited. I must have watched the heck out of that movie. I was trying to learn all the different lyrics. Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's not the greatest movie, but I mean, it's Oliver. Like, it's Oliver. Oh, you had Mr. Hernishin. He was obsessed with Gumby, and he had a huge Gumby plush whose picture was in the yearbook every single year. Yes, I do remember. I never had Mr. Hernishin. I wish I did, but I never had him. I never got lucky to have Mr. Hernishin. Apparently, it was Mr. Hernishin who, on 9/11, was running around upstairs yelling about a plane hitting one of the towers. And I remember being downstairs. Absolute legend. Do you think he's still teaching? No. His like goal in life was to be a Walmart greeter. He wanted to be a Walmart greeter. I didn't even really know him very well. I never had him as a science teacher. I don't remember. Oh, well, I had Tuft in 8th grade. Like I said, I pretty much had Bill Nye the Science Guy in 8th grade. And then I had Pierce, 7th and 9th. And I loved Mrs. Pierce. She was great. I loved her, but I never had Hernishin. Ooh. Oh, we need to do this like way down here. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Awesome. That's all? That's all I was? Really? That's it? Hey, hello? It's Darren! Okay, so Anastasia and Secret of Nim are both excellent movies. Anastasia is creepy. Rasputin, you don't mess around. He's spooky. I thought Anastasia was great. I also really liked Secret of Nim, but Secret of Nim was also kind of creepy. Charlotte has not seen Secret of Nim, but I keep waiting for it to go back to being free on YouTube because every once in a while it goes to being free. And because it kind of feels weird to rent it for $5 when I'm like, this movie is so old. And like, it's not, but it is. And it feels stupid to rent it for $5 when I'm like, I can just wait and it'll be free if I wait long enough. I read the book of Rats of Nim, actually. And the book was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. I feel like it definitely translated better as a movie than it did a book. Our middle school, okay, wait, Hernishin. That's not quite the spelling, but I had a science teacher in 7th grade with that same last name. She taught my mother and her siblings. The fact that I took her class as well was one of the reasons she decided to retire. Landrider, are you a troublemaker? Are you a Weasley? Are you suspicious? We're still talking about cartoons. We are. Anastasia was great. Our middle schools have these cell phone lockers now. Little boxes. They have a keyed lock for kids' phones. Every single one of these keys is unique, and teachers sometimes store the keys in their desks. And then the desk moves to another classroom with the keys. Oh my gosh. That sounds miserable. That sounds awful. Like, I know why they're doing that. I don't think cell phones belong in schools. I think they're a huge distraction, and I totally understand. I feel like I remember reading, you know what? I actually think our school district did this as well. That sounds vaguely familiar. I think our school district also did this in our middle schools. I think they did these lock boxes. Ugh. And I, for one, agree, because I think students on cell phones is just problematic in school. They're a huge distraction. But there's got to be a better way to have like 1 million boxes with 1 million different keys. That's crazy. Mrs. Pierce is still there? Really? She was great. She was a great teacher. I loved her. She instilled in me a love of science. I never had Mr. Facer, though. I think Joe had Mr. Facer. Did he teach biology? I can't remember now. But I just had Pierce, and then I had Tuft, and Tuft didn't teach. He just sat up at the front of the class and put on Bill Nye the Science Guy. So, seriously, for 8th grade science, I had Bill Nye the Science Guy. That and the Magic School Bus, which Charlotte actually really loves. She loves the Magic School Bus. And she's watched it, I think she's watched it all the way through, but... Magic? Oh! Magic. But she tried watching, like, the reboot, and she said it wasn't nearly as good. Oh, what is in store for me here? Oh, is that Xerxes? Okay. Oh, my gosh. No! Oh, that was a good save. That was a good save, Susie. You can do this. You know what? That's how it was with Mr. Wong. So the most popular teacher in my whole high school was Mr. Wong, and he taught psychology. And he was literally the most favorite teacher out of everybody. And then the year I took him, he decided to take on a student teacher for the first time in like 20 years. I was so disappointed. I was so angry. And he told us that he usually did not take on student teachers, but he was a member of the church, and his mission president or whatever, his daughter was the student teacher. So I didn't even get Mr. Wong. I was so mad. I just remember Joe used to come home from school and be like, Mr. Wong did the funniest thing today. I was so excited to be in Mr. Wong's class, and then I got a student teacher. What is this? Look at all this. Yeah, look at Stixel. Stixel's face. Oh my gosh. It's free? Oh, Tubi and Roku. Mr. Wong? Fong? Mr. Fong. I think it was Mr. Fong. I don't remember. I just know he taught psychology. Also, it's a cootie! Welcome. I gotta go grab Auden here in a second. Yeah, she's just standing up in there, just waiting. She's like, hello. Did you forget about me? No, baby girl, I did not forget about you. I think Don Bluth did all those films. Troll in Central Park, Pebble and the Penguin, Anastasia, Fievel Goes West, An American Tail, which is really, really sad. Really sad. Like, it has a happy ending, yeah, but like, that is a downer of a movie. Fievel Goes West is a little more of an upper. Like, it's got more funny moments. Fievel Goes West is like, An American Tail is like, it's brutal. It's really sad. It's really sad. Don Bluth did all those films. Oh, and he did Land Before Time, which was like all of our most like traumatizing moments as kids. There was like Bambi's mom, and then there was Littlefoot's mom. That's what I remember from being a small child, you know? Like, oh, man, it was rough. It was so rough. I think his name was Mr. Fong. Pretty sure. He was problematic? I didn't know that. Yeah, see? And I was gonna say, oh, and All Dogs Go to Heaven. He also did All Dogs Go to Heaven. We watched that recently. Charlotte loved it. If you look at the description of All Dogs Go to Heaven, it reads... Okay, wait. In this animated feature, canine casino owner Charlie is killed by gambler Carface, but returns to Earth from heaven thanks to the powers of a magical rewindable watch. Charlie sets out to take his revenge on Carface by means of an elaborate plan that involves an orphan girl. But as the plan progresses, Charlie discovers the orphan girl is being exploited by Carface. Charlie must decide whether to change his mission from one of revenge to one of rescue. That's slightly different than the one that I read, but it was literally like a dog must come back to Earth to take revenge on the dog who murdered him or something like that. Like it's heavy, but it's sad. And he has that dream where he's in hell, which is just like wild. Like, what were we watching? I don't even know. Our parents were just like, oh, look, there's an animated movie. Boop. I'm going to go off and like fold laundry. That's what my mom did. We never had any idea. He harassed a student who wasn't a member of the church. Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding. Like, seriously? How old are we? That is so disappointing. See, I was going to say, Landrider, these are the types of that, like Boo saying goodbye to Sully and like Nemo's mom. That's the kind of trauma that like the next generation had. It was like Pixar trauma. You know what I mean? Charlotte's trauma is like Tadashi from Big Hero 6. That's like the kind of trauma, which is still trauma to me. Oh my gosh. I remember watching Big Hero 6 and just being horrified. For the record, Big Hero 6 is one of my favorite Disney films ever. I think it's a wonderful film. I think it has a great, powerful message, and I think it's awesome. But, yeah, that's true. Nobody could, like, look up what was in films. I have to screen a lot of what Charlotte watches these days, because you just never know. Okay, I'm going to go grab Auden out of her bed really fast, get her set up with her little screen time. I'm going to pull up Words on Stream. I'm going to make sure it's working before I walk away this time. So give me just a couple minutes. I'll just be right back. I see Lindsay, and I see Salty. How's it going, you guys? It's so good to see you. And I said hi to a cootie, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh, and Cage has to go. Bye, Cage, I love you. I don't know when she left, but I want to make sure she knows that I know that she knows that I know. You know what I'm saying? I agree with what Shane says. Living in the past. Sometimes living in the past is... Well, and when you look back on, like, when I look back on things that I watched when I was a kid, I have talked about this before on stream, but I... I definitely had some weird experiences watching things when I was a kid because my parents had these weird... They had this collection of VHS tapes called... Have I already tried to get that one? And I just didn't? Missed it? It was called the Animation Celebration. And I have looked it up online so many times. And I can't dodge that. Oh, not insult to injury. Ugh. And I've looked it up multiple times, and I think you can still buy the actual, like, I think you can still buy the actual videos, but I think they're really expensive because they're really hard to find. But those were some of the strangest things I've ever seen. And to be honest, I don't really remember a lot of good, like, wholesome ones. Most of the ones I saw were really, really awful. Like the diner, and the Sandman. Yeah, Words on Stream was running. I stopped it. I always forget to stop it. I can't stop it with StreamerBot because it's a browser source, and so I can't automate it to just stop when I can't automate it. It's a totally different. Oh, maybe I could. Maybe mute it. I don't know. But I do remember one in particular that was absolutely hysterical that my family still quotes to this day. It's called The Big Snit. And it is absolutely hysterical. It's so funny. We love The Big Snit. I still quote that on a regular basis. It's such a silly cartoon, but it has a really sweet message. And it's great. I highly recommend it. It's very funny. I think I've posted it in the Discord before. Oh, it's so funny. Okay. Okay. Oh. I think I'm supposed to steal those barrels, I'm pretty sure. Barrels! I need an emotional support barrel. How many of there are you? So many. All the minis. Get out of freaking town. Look at you all. Yeah. That is what you get for doing that. Yeah, you're always shaking your eyes. I don't shake them like I used to. Shake them here, shake them there. Why don't you go join some shake a rock and roll band? So funny. It is the weirdest, like, it's so bizarre, but at the same time, it's just hysterical. I love it. I love it so much. We quote it all the time. We still call carrots Karost to this day. But I remember that one, and I'm trying to think if there are any more that I remember that were actually, like, positive ones. I'm sure they're somewhere locked away in my memory. There were some really sweet ones. There was one about, like, two sisters that were going through their lives and looking through, I think it's called Anna and Bella. And you watch them go through all these pictures together. And then at the end, you realize they're actually angels and they've been looking over their lives. And you don't know that until the very end. That one was kind of sweet, although it had kind of a freaky part in the middle of it when they get in a car accident together, and that used to really freak me out. I didn't like that scene at all. Okay, well, where were those barrels? I literally just had a whole bunch of barrels. I remember looking and being like, I need an emotional support barrel, and I did not take it. Now I need an emotional support barrel, and now I can't find one. They're in here. They're totally in here, 100%. Yeah, emotional support barrel. I'll take that, thank you. Oh, that was an arrow. Okay. Ah! Just one emotional support barrel. I can't think of any other ones. They'll come to me. But I remember the scary ones. And I actually remember MTV had a couple ads that played on these videos. And they were creepy ads by MTV, like some clay guy getting like beheaded or something like that. It was very, very strange. But my parents just had no idea. Like they were like, oh, these are animated. You can sit down and watch these. And oh, I had many nightmares. Sandman was the one that did it for me, and The Diner for sure. I'd repressed it, and it wasn't until Collector found it on YouTube. Ah! I was amazed. I was like, what? This is like a blast from my past, man. Yeah, that sucks for you. That also, yeah. When I'm the counter queen, I do really well, but I'm not the counter queen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I loved The Thief and the Cobbler. Wolf! The Thief and the Cobbler was so wacky, but The Thief was absolutely hysterical. I loved Thief and the Cobbler. You know what? I was just thinking about that movie the other day because I thought Charlotte would love that movie. It's kind of your quintessential, like, Aladdin. You've been saying that all day. I do not see you unawares. Oh, I see them. The thing is right there. Anyway, magic walls? No. Oh man, I loved Thief and the Cobbler, and it is a wackadoo movie. It's very bizarre. I don't like the look of that ram head, goat head. I knew it! It's not on my side. Oh gosh. Ooh, did it just shoot a thing at the lion? That is nice. I mean, it kind of helped me out. Thief and the Cobbler is wild. It's so good. It's so good. What? Control freak! Oh my gosh! You are so kind! Man, we've been having such a great stream, and this just makes it so much better. We've been living in the past, you guys. We've been reminiscing about all the cartoons we used to watch when we were kids. We're throwing it way back, man. We're throwing it back to like Snorks, Fraggle Rock, Gummy Bears. Oh my gosh, we've been throwing it way back. Rescue Rangers, all that stuff. So, Fraggle Rock, yes, Fraggle Rock, Eureka's Castle. Oh man, we're talking about all the old cartoons we used to watch when we were kids. Oh my gosh, Spider Gear, how could I forget Thundercats? So I think it all started because DuckTales. Oh, I never watched Street Sharks. You know what? I think my brother had some Street Sharks. But so, okay, wait, your name is in like super dark blue. FYU. I'm watching the new DuckTales reboot with my 9-year-old, and it's pretty good. But I feel like there are a lot of filler episodes between like the episodes that have like some legit like thick plot. And so I'm kind of like, eh. But every night she gets so excited to watch them with me, and it's adorable and it's cute. And so I'm watching them with her. And that got us started on all of these old cartoons. We're living in the past, man. In movies too. Like we've been talking about all the old Don Bluth movies and everything. It's been great. It has been so, so great. I am so grateful for this raid. Control Freak, you're so kind. Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears. And what else did we watch when we were kids? Like I watched Hey Arnold with my 9-year-old the other night. And it did not hold up very well. I was like, I don't remember. Tom Faulty, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We're treasure hunting today here in Prince of Persia. We are Persia treasure hunting. And my skills at this game are not ideal, but I've made it through somehow. It's so fun though. I highly recommend this game. It's fantastic. It's a great Metroidvania. It's very unique because, hello. All the powers that you get are all related to time, which is very interesting. And what I did not, my parrying skills suck. Oh my gosh, if I can parry, and I saw dad bods too. I saw dad bods. I know you're here. I know you're here, my friend. There we go. Yeah, that was good. That was probably good, but better, to be honest. Oh my gosh, Recess! I loved Recess. I forgot about Recess. Recess was also great. I remember Recess. I remember the Ashleys. And there was like Upside Down Girl, and there were like the Swing Girls. And then there was Gretchen that was nerdy, and there was Gus, whose dad was in the military, and then there was Mikey that had the amazing singing voice. What was the black kid's name that played basketball? Was his name Vince? I want to say his name was Vince. I can't quite remember. There was Spinelli. I remember the episode where Spinelli, they find out Spinelli's actual name is Ashley, so like by playground rules, she had to become an Ashley, and she was really mad about it. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Recess. Recess was a good one. I never saw the Recess movie though. I never saw the Recess movie. I feel like I saw, oh, what does this do? What does this do? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. All I want to do is make it out of here alive. Oh, does that actually set the thing off? I thought it opened a door. Okay, well, I am so smart. SMRT. Okay, all right. Yeah, so I think I'm probably like 3/4 of the way through this game, and we're just treasure hunting today, talking about awesome cartoons because we all have great taste, clearly. And now that I have a 9-year-old, like, she's now at that point where we can kind of watch some of these, hello? We can kind of watch some of these shows together. Like I said, we're watching the new DuckTales together, which for the most part it's fine, but there are some moments that are very funny. The writing's pretty good. The voice acting is great. Who does Scrooge's voice? I think it's David Tennant. Bozo Circus. Okay, I've never heard of Bozo Circus. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've mentioned. I've been debating on getting, we canceled Netflix because my daughter's pretty much like gone through all the stuff that's good on Netflix. And I'm debating getting Paramount Plus now because I'm like, look, man, you need to watch all the old Nintendo. You need to watch all the old Nickelodeon stuff that I used to watch when I was a kid, like Hey Arnold and like Rugrats and Doug and what are the other ones? Like Angry Beavers and like Invader Zim. But I did tell her that she was not allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy. I was like, trust me, you're gonna see Ren and Stimpy and you're gonna be like, what the heck is this show? And even if you do decide to watch it, you're gonna be like, this show is terrible. I have no interest in it. I don't want to watch this show. I promise. And then there were other ones that like, as I got older, I didn't really watch, but like my sister kind of watched. Like Cat Dog and like Chalk Zone and I Was a Teenage Robot. Oh, we talked about Powerpuff Girls earlier and like Dexter's Lab. Same voice actress that did Dexter also did Babe the Pig in the movie Babe, which is also a delight. They had a Pac-Man TV show? You know what? I never remember watching He-Man. Oh, Avril Monsters. That was another good one. I loved Avril Monsters. Loved Avril Monsters. Okay, FYU, that is what my daughter is into right now, is The Amazing World of Gumball. And every time I walk into the family room and she's watching it, I'm always like, what is going on in this show? But she thinks it's hysterical. And her favorite moment is the one where he's up against some like hot dog guy and he's like, hey, dude. But he doesn't want to call him dude because he doesn't know who he is or he doesn't remember his name or something. So he just starts going, do, 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 do. And they just start dancing in the middle of the hallway. She was laughing so hard when she was trying to tell me that scene. I was like, dude, spit it out. And she was like, it was so funny. It was so funny. So then she tried to show me and I was like, that's pretty funny. But you know, that's just part of being a parent. Like your kid finds those things hilarious and you just kind of don't sometimes. But my favorite animated show recently is Gravity Falls. I'm a huge Gravity Falls fan. It's my comfort show. It's what I watch when I need something kind of on in the background, and that is definitely my comfort show. I love Gravity Falls. Oh my gosh, ooh, that fruit. Okay. Everything about this is bad situation. Wait a minute. Can we leave this place? Oh, now oh man. Okay, wait. We took care of the creepy guy in the Sacred Archives, right? Like he doesn't live there anymore, or the Temple of Knowledge or whatever. Like look at all those treasures. I love that you watched The Amazing World of Gumball with your son though. I think those are really special memories. I watched Gravity Falls with my daughter. I watched it alone when my baby was born 3 years ago, by myself in the morning, like 2 a.m. feedings, 3 a.m. feedings. I was totally alone, isolated. I was postpartum depression. That show got me through a really, really hard time. So it has a very special place in my heart. But I watched it later with my daughter, and she and I both really love it, and we quote it all the time. But it was just a really well done show. It was just one of those shows that just doesn't come along. A show like that doesn't come along very often. Oh my gosh, I remember Daria. But I didn't have MTV, so I couldn't watch Daria regularly. But when I did watch it, I loved Daria. I thought Daria was great. I don't know if I would love it as much now, but I don't know. I don't know if I would love it as much now. I have not seen Inside Out 2 yet. An attacking army closes in. They won't let us out to fight. Okay, that sounds sketchy. I have not seen Inside Out 2 yet. We were gonna wait for it to come to Disney Plus, and then I was gonna watch it with my daughter. Oh yeah, those memory shards. You know, those things I use all the time. Remember when I first got that power, I was like, oh, wow, that's an amazing power. And I literally never use it, ever. Ever. Okay, we're gonna move up into the Sacred Archives here, right? Yes. We're gonna take care of this side of the map. Wow, there's so many treasures in this area. I'm pretty sure that the bad guy, the really bad guy, the super creepy bad guy that could like hear you. You reminded me a lot of the guy, the long arm dude from Little Nightmares. Speaking of Little Nightmares, oh no, that probably means I'll cry. Oh no. What is this sound that is playing? There are people like screaming. I do not like that at all. That sounds like a really bad situation. Okay, I don't like this place. Oh, I remember this. I was thrown down here. That's right. There are lots of crazies here. Remember that? Oh, the thing is broken. Can I throw this through that? Oh, surprise. Ah! Hold on. That's cool. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, stop it. My parrying timing is terrible. And I even get life if I parry right. And I just... Oh, yeah, that was good. Did I get more life? That's awesome. Oh, too early! Too early! Sargon! Get it together. The jailer terrifies me. He hears even the faintest of whispers. The jailer. That's who I was talking about. Pretty sure he's gone. Pretty sure I got him. Pretty sure he is no more. Oh, we do have some treasures. The sound effects in this place are super creepy. Also, in the catacombs. They were super spooky in the catacombs too. I did not like all the squishy sound effects of all the nasty stuff down there. So many good memories. So many. They just don't make shows like those anymore. They don't make shows like... No. I can see you. Oh, I just made a mistake. I just feel like every once in a while a show comes along. That was horrifying. He's like inside me. He took my life down. How do I get him out? I need an exorcism. That was really bad. That was gross. What the heck? I'm not reading any of this lore. I should. So he cursed me and took my life all the way down. Oh, I do have an emotional support barrel. See you later. Oh. Let's go. Control Freak is literally one of the nicest people. Like, I don't know Control Freak personally. But he just seems like such a stand-up guy. Such a nice guy. Super cool guy. Oh, was I at the top? Hello? Thank you. Thank you, appreciate ya. Ah! I'm not ready! go find a tree. I need an emotional support tree. Where's the closest emotional support tree? Oh, man, that was bad. That was so bad. Okay, he's never done that before, right? Like, he's never, like, licked my face and gone inside me, right? Am I right? I swear that's never happened before. I'm just trying to get out. Like, I'm just trying to leave. Oh, I need that tree. Please bless, I can get to that tree. I hate this place. I hate this park. This park. This place. I really hate this place. I hate this prison. I need a tree. Yeah, it's up there. Okay. Yeah, this is a really unique Metroidvania because all of the powers you get are related to time, which is really interesting. Oh, hallelujah. Is this gonna heal me? Oh my gosh. I feel like you would remember if it had happened before. Yeah, that was shocking. That was quite a surprise. No one drop a marker. Don't need to remember that moment. I heard that in the new version of OBS, you can create markers in your like OBS recordings. So that when you open it up in DaVinci Resolve to edit your videos or whatever, all your markers are there. And I am very excited about that. I haven't updated OBS in a really long time, but that sounds like an excellent addition. Oh, well, while we're here, I guess I can go get this secret. Okay, note to self. Don't let that guy touch you. Or mess around. Don't let him come near you. Don't let him touch your body. What am I doing? Oh. Okay, let me find the words. I don't have all the words memorized. Peach's lyrics. I should have them all memorized. I have the first part memorized, right? Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand. I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 I love you. Oh, peaches, 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 I love you. Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong do. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach, at the end of the line, I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 I love you. Whoa. Oh, peaches, 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 I love you. Oh, Princess Peach, I love you. Mac hasn't seen the Mario movie yet? Oh man, the Mario movie's great. Dude, I loved the Mario movie because it was... Oh, I was gonna leave you guys alone, but, you know, you guys were gonna attack me, and then it was gonna get ugly, and it was gonna be a bad situation. Did I get all your redeems, Dadbots? Okay, wait. Mosaic, Peaches. Silly glasses, okay. It would have been really... Oh. Yeah, it's basically just... I mean, one of the things I really liked about it was it didn't have any sort of agenda. It was just a good time. It was just fun. It was funny. It was silly. It wasn't pushing any sort of agenda in any sort of way. It wasn't political at all. It was just about Two brothers just trying to look out for each other, and it was great. It was great. I thought it was a great time. I loved it. I just had a big old grin on my face the whole time. It was really fun. It has a great soundtrack too. Generating Clipperino. Okay, so it's one of these situations. Well... Okay, but wait. These things on the floor... Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I can't read those things. What does this mean? Is the answer here in this room? I bet it is. I feel like I've read these things. Oh. I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did. FYU, thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate you following my channel. I really do. It is lovely to meet you.
See you later.
It's always lovely to meet new people. Control Freak's so cool, man. He is so cool. Every time I go hang out in his streams, and he and I stream at the same time, so it's kind of hard for me to come and actually like participate. I'll lurk, but it's hard for me to like chat and stuff when I'm getting my kids ready to, you know, for me to go stream and I'm getting all my stuff together on my own. But he literally just has like the best vibes ever. Super cool guy. One of these days I'll win one of his giveaways. One of these days. Today is not that day. But someday I will win one of his giveaways. He's always got cool stuff he's giving away because isn't he the oh, Fashion Week. Isn't he like the like social media person for Steel series? Like, yeah, like social media, like that's his job.
Oh, I'm prepared. I have a story. Okay, so one time I had this crush on this boy. This was when I was about 15 years old. And, yeah, it's kind of like Kip from, Napoleon Dynamite, actually. I've come to find. And, I couldn't get over this kid, even though he and I sort of dated for a little while, but then we broke up and it was weird. And I had a really hard time with that because I really liked him still. And so I went to his parents one day and I told him, like, I went to his house one day and I told his parents that I really wanted to ask him to a dance. And so wait, was this the dance? No, I'm so sorry. This was his birthday. So, and I can't keep my tune straight while with this music playing, right? So it was his birthday. So I asked his parents if I could put confetti all over his room, and they said, absolutely. So me and my friends got together, and we got all this confetti, and we took it, and we threw it all over his room. Every single place we could throw it, we threw it in his room. It went inside his guitar, and on his bed, and in his homework, and in between his sheets. It was everywhere. So his parents went out of town they went out they left and they were like, just make sure to lock the door behind you. And we were like, okay. And so we were about to leave and then we got nervous because we were like, oh my gosh, what if he pulls up with his friends? Like in front of the house before we're supposed to leave? So we decided to go out the back door. So we went out the back door, we went quietly, and we locked the door behind us. We went out the back door, and it was nighttime. And then we realized there was no way down off their deck. We were stuck on their deck with no way down. And he was gonna be home any minute. And so we had to physically climb down the deck and run around his backyard and circle back and make it up to my car. It was one of the stupidest things I've ever done. Oh my gosh. I remember when we were so nervous that they were going to pull up in front of the house.
And I was just convinced. I was like, we're gonna come out the front door and they're gonna see us. They're gonna see us. And I don't think I was dating him at the time, but I think like we were still kind of friends. And that's how I basically talked his parents into letting me confetti his room. But I was so convinced that they were gonna pull up like right when we were leaving. So we got stuck on the deck. We were stuck on the deck for like 10 minutes before I was like, we just have to climb down. And my friends were like, oh my gosh, there's no way for us to climb down. It wasn't that high, but it was high enough to where we couldn't like jump down. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about that the other day. And I was like, that's going to be my story. If anybody redeems musical story time, that is going to be my story. We got stuck on the deck. It's good times all around. And I never told him. I never told him. I never told his parents. No, he was so angry about the confetti. And he told me later that he was still finding confetti. Like, we had a class together and things were kind of weird between the two of us because he would basically be like, lose interest in me, and then he would decide he liked me again, and then he would get bored and he'd lose interest in me again, and then he would decide he liked me again, which was really hard for me because I had feelings for him, and it was hard for me to just, I mean, I knew he was kind of being a jerk and that I was obvious. Oh no, there's that guy. Oh, seriously? Ow! Don't do it. Don't do it again. Yeah, that's right. That's what you get. That is what you get, my main man. So things were kind of weird between the two of us, but I remember we had a class together and months later, he was like, I am still finding confetti in my room. And I remember being like, sorry, not sorry. Ah! Oh, man. Okay, so Prince of Persia is totes brutes. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought I got both, but I didn't. Oh, gross. Everybody here just needs to calm down! Yeah, just calm down. Cool your jets. Did he just heal? I hate that so much. How dare you? I am the only one who's allowed to heal. Oh, he was one of those. Okay. You know what? I should be better at recognizing those. Yeah, he totally was. He was stringing me along. And then I remember for prom, he and I had not dated. Okay, this was the same kid that I put Go-Gurt in his locker because he was being a jerk to me, like in the halls at school. And I was really frustrated with just how he was treating me and everything. So I squeezed Go-Gurt like through the slits in his locker. It's petty, but... And one of his friends was like, you ruined my homework. Like, we know it was you that did it, and you ruined my homework. I had homework in that locker, and now there's yogurt all over it. And I was like, sucks to suck, my man. Like, don't be a jerk. Because they were all jerks. They were all jerks to me. And I didn't understand why. I didn't do anything. Like, that was, I think that was before the confetti thing. Yeah, it was yogurt through the, you know what? I did Post-it notes too. I did Post-it notes on my boyfriend's car years later. I covered his entire car in Post-it notes. It was great. It was a good time. Birds. Oh. 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 Oh yeah, that was great. Way to go, Susie. That was a really good choice. Yeah, see you later. So good. They're off for the win. Yeah, we dated, we would date for a little while and then he would be like, and then we'd kind of, things would fizzle out. And then I remember one time we were in a class together and you know how it is when like, you know you shouldn't have feelings for somebody, but you still have feelings for them anyway, because it's hard to forget the memories that you have with that person and everything. And he was just being a jerk to me in class and he was just kind of, you know, and then a couple days later, he slipped me this note that said, and I quote, I think I like you again. Again? why did you ever stop? Like, I'm not any different. It's you. You are the problem here. Like, what the heck, man? Oh, that's right. You still need Fashion Week. I'm sorry. Hello. Where's my timer? I tried to do Fashion Week while I was singing, but it was really hard to keep all that going. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer on my phone then, because I do owe you Fashion Week. And I should have known better, and I shouldn't have even given him any time of the day. But I remember when prom time came around, I was asked to go to prom by a friend of mine, and it was a lovely prom. I wasn't romantically interested in him. I think he was probably romantically interested in me, unfortunately, but I wasn't romantically interested in him. But we had a lovely time, and we had a great time, and it was fun, and we enjoyed each other's company, and it was nothing like crazy, and we didn't... Oh, it was the tree. And it was totally fine. But after he asked me to prom, I got a call from this other boy. And he was like, oh, I was wondering if you wanted to go to prom. And I was devastated. I told my mom, I said, I want to cancel going to prom with this other kid, and I want to go with the kid that I like. And my mom said, you will absolutely not do that. Are you kidding? I raised you better than that. And I was like, but Mom, Daddy, I love him. No, I was like, but I really wanted him to ask me. And my mom was like, you don't owe him anything. He's a freaking jerk. What do you mean? You don't owe that kid anything. And she was right. She was absolutely right. My mom, she knew what she was talking about. So I went with that other kid, and I had a lovely time, and it wasn't dramatic, and there wasn't any like drama, or there wasn't any, it was actually really refreshing because there wasn't any pressure. And I realize now that I looked like I was possibly stringing that kid along, but I never acted like I had feelings for him anyway. He asked me to the dance, and I said yes. I mean, that's just...
Oh, engagement's back! I'm back, baby! Ezra returns. My timer wasn't working, but oh, now it is! According to this timer that I set on my phone, I have a minute left in fashion. Okay. I'm getting slightly distracted by all the stories that I'm telling. So, whoa. Here. It was just one of, it's, you know, young relationships. It's just young puppy love, where you like somebody, but you know you shouldn't like that person because they're being a jerk, you know, but you can't forget, like, the memories that you had with them, and it's Cody! It's like Field of Dreams. You never know what or how bad life would suck if you made other decisions. It's true. You just don't know. But I'm really grateful I didn't push harder for things with that kid, because ultimately, I think I was definitely better off. 100%. Then he went off and dated some other girl, and I thought she was kind of problematic, but like, whatever. But we were kind of in the same circle of friends, kind of, because I ended up dating a friend of his. And, so, like, we kind of... Oh, I don't even have to do that now, because I have
This power. That is helpful. Oh, my timer's going off. I was like, what's that buzzing sound? Sounds like a standard Susie issue, telling stories and getting distracted by them. I know. It's my struggle. My struggle is trying to keep my G-dang map straight, because I cannot, for the life of me, keep straight where I'm going because there is no mini-map. And I remember one time, Control Freak, I was like, I liked Tunic, but oh, hallelujah. So we met because he was playing Tunic at the same time I was. So he raided me one time, and that's how we met. And he loved Tunic, and he loved Death's Door. And I liked Tunic, and I liked Death's Door, and I enjoyed them a lot, but I wasn't on the adoration, part of the Adoration Nation for either of those games, because they didn't have mini-maps. And I found myself getting so lost. And I remember telling him that one time in chat, and he was like, well, you just gotta get good. You just need to know where you are. And I was like, because he's not wrong. I was just like, I don't want to get good. I want to know where I am. I don't want to be lost. I just found myself And he said that all lovingly, obviously. He wasn't being like a jerk. He was just like, you gotta get good, Susie. I was like, yeah, okay. But I think my biggest problem was like, was the fact that I just felt like I spent so much time wandering around, lost, and I just didn't like that because it didn't allow me to focus on the story. Oh man, I missed it. Gosh dang it, see? I had a mini map. There's no mini map here either. Gee, dang it. I know the whole I like you again, like how manipulative. Oh, nope, I missed it again.
Whoa, that was good.
That was from Death's Door though. That sound clip, that was from Death's Door. Death's Door was crazy because Death's Door had these moments where like you were pummeled by these waves and waves and waves and waves of baddies. And it was crazy. There were so many moments where I was like, I cannot, You can play at that game. See you later. I mean, I liked it, but it was just funny that Control Freak called me out. He was like, you just gotta get good. You're right, I'm sorry. There's no mini-map. You would get along with the COD community very well. I mean, I just, like, come on, man, like, give me a mini-map. At least let me know where the heck I am. And I do find that with this game as well, while I'm, like, treasure hunting, I'm just like, man, I don't have a clue where I'm going. We're backing it up. Oh! Backing it up. It's up here. Oh, it's up that way. Okay.
Whoa, that was good.
It is. Hey, Ryan, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate that. Shane says, I want to play Tunic, and I almost bought it, but with it looking like a Zelda clone, I want to play like Zelda. And that is not what the game is. It's true. It does look like a Zelda clone, and it was good. Like, I liked it. The story was just a little too vague for me. I didn't really understand what the point was and like why I was going through all the suffering that I was going through. And it was really punishing in a couple spots. Now, that being said, Cody's always like, somebody say Zelda? We're gonna talk about it this weekend. I'm excited. I'm excited for our next roundtable discussion because I realize what I want to know from you guys as well is what makes a good boss. What makes a Zelda boss, or any boss for that matter? Like, we're gonna talk about Zelda bosses, your favorites, but like, what makes a boss good as opposed to what makes a boss bad? Like, is it just design? Is it its powers? Is it like what you have to use? Like, is it what it looks like? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what you guys consider like what makes a good boss. Because I was thinking about that myself and I thought, I'm trying to think of the bosses that I really didn't like. Yeah, so it's this weekend. So I created an event in my Discord. It's in the upcoming events channel. And it's a roundtable discussion of Zelda bosses and what your favorite ones out of the whole franchise are. So it's going to be in the voice chat. And obviously, if you haven't played Zelda, or if you haven't played a whole lot of Zelda games or whatever, you can still come and listen. If you've only played one Zelda game, great. I want to hear your opinion on what your favorite boss was from that game. We will probably not make it to the worst bosses. That's going to be a whole different discussion. Because I think everybody knows what the worst boss is. I'm just kidding. It's all like, everybody has their own opinions. But that's what we're going to talk about this coming weekend. So it's on Sunday. It's at 4 p.m. Central. And last time we had a roundtable discussion, it was about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and like the differences between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth versus Remake versus the original and all that stuff. And it was so much fun. So we're going to do it again. And we're going to talk about Zelda bosses. But I'm just curious, like, what you guys think makes a good boss as opposed to a bad boss. There's a certain boss in Skyward Sword that is pretty awful. But I feel like it's only awful because of its physical design. And I feel like, oh, okay, we can just do that. We can just back it up. Back it all the way up. And I feel like it had so much potential, but it just, they just missed the mark so much. I feel like it wasn't even necessarily that it had bad moves or anything like that. It was just so much missed potential as far as the design went. So I don't know. I'm curious what everybody's opinions are. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Dang. So we're gonna turn this way. Oh. Oh, this is the one that, yeah, the Monsters Inc. one. Yeah, freaking, what's her name from Monsters Inc.? It was like a mix between Mike Wazowski and his girlfriend. What's her name? Celia? Yeah, that one was not ideal. I don't know if I would necessarily call that one like my favorite or my least favorite, really. Ugh. Ow! Oh, that's it? Oh gosh, I gotta really use my head for this one. Okay. Good boss gives you lots of people, routine performance reviews. Understanding of work-life balance works with you and not like they are the smartest person in the room. Oh, wait. Wrong boss type. I don't know if any of the bosses in the original Zelda game. This is wacky. Oh no! Which way do I have to be facing to get... Okay. Oh. Okay, okay, we're good. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I turn to the left, and then I double jump and turn to the right. Okay. Oh, yes. We did it. Okay, now if we can just make it back, that would be stupendous. Please bless. Oh. We did it! That was like a... That was a... You do, as there are some names of characters that have been used again, but obviously not the same. Oh, like, Ooh, I'm gonna have to call him back. You mean, like, in other Zelda games? Oh yeah, the Imprisoned. I'm not really a fan of bosses that they recycle either, because I just feel like that's cheap. If you're just gonna take the same boss and just recycle it and maybe add like one extra power to it each time, I just feel like that's cheap. That's just lazy design. That's just lazy game design. You're just doing the same. Okay, so Demise was really cool. Demise was the one with like the fiery, like, hair and everything. He was kind of Ganon, but he wasn't. Demise was really cool. The Imprisoned was the one with his big old jelly bean toes. Zelda 1 has versions of those bosses in future games, some of them. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm gonna have to kind of refresh my memory over the next couple days because I know there are probably bosses that I'm forgetting about. I can think of one in particular that I really, really loved. I don't know if I would necessarily call it my favorite, but one in particular that stands out as one that I really, really enjoyed. But I'm not, you're just gonna have to come hang out on Sunday and figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna go to a tree and I'm gonna save because it's time for me to sign off. I've got a mom and I've got youth activities tonight at my church congregation, so I gotta get some figuring done. Demise was super cool. His design was really, really cool. And mini bosses count too. Like if you loved a certain mini boss or something, like that's also fine if you want to bring that up. That counts as well. And he gave him a lot of people. If throwing monsters at him counts as giving him people. Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom gave Link frequent performance reviews. He sure did. He did a lot of performance reviews. But we'll talk about it all this coming Saturday or this coming Sunday, and I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be great. I think there's a lot of interest in that because there's a lot of love for Zelda in this community anyway. So I'm excited about that. But that event is in the Discord, in the upcoming events channel. But I sincerely appreciate everybody coming and hanging out today. Today was so much fun walking down memory lane with all those cartoons and stuff. You guys gave me a lot of good cartoons to remember and think about for Charlotte, because she's now at that age that I feel like I was at, you know, when I watched a lot of those shows. So I haven't pulled the plug on, or I haven't like taken the dive into Paramount Plus yet. But right now she's just watching Gumball, which is like her go-to show right now, but she's eventually going to finish it. So, but I sincerely appreciate the follows, and I really appreciate the gift subs and everything. I appreciate the raid. What? Scarecrow, no! Oh my gosh. That is so generous of you, Scarecrow. Thank you so much. It's moments like these that I feel like I'm so inadequate at showing my gratitude, because I feel like being like, wow, thanks, does not cover what I feel when something like that happens. That was so kind of you, Scarecrow. Thank you so much. All of this subs and everything goes toward getting my siblings out here in Texas in August. And if we can get my siblings out here in Texas, you know there are going to be some freaking awesome streams happening, because Towerfall will absolutely be on the docket, and we will have so much fun. We got to get them out here. We've got to get them out here, and we got to get them a place to stay. And I'm pretty sure they're going to need a rental car. So,
Quacks like a furnace. It's a furnace.
Oh my gosh. I'm hoping we can make it happen. I really, really am. And I really appreciate that so much. That was really, really kind of you, Scarecrow. That was very, very generous. And I legitimately don't even have words. Saying thank you just doesn't seem... How can you write a book
to be owned by Potassium
and not be able to come up? Like, I feel like, I don't even know how many words my book is, but I don't feel like I can come up with the right words to thank. Just in general, like the generosity, because gifting subs is such a kind thing to do, because it is not necessary by any means. And so I really, really appreciate that so much. And also, I don't know if you guys saw, but Scarecrow has added some of their artwork. Scarecrow and Akuti now have Kalulu images in the Kalulu like merry-go-round at the beginning of the stream. And I am very grateful for that as well. Speaking of, I messed around with some AI last night with Google Gemini. Oh my gosh. I sent pictures to Katie. It was like, this is wild. Some of the pictures were okay, and some of them were weird. Oh my gosh. A trip is looking likely. Yeah, I am really, I know, but I was using AI for something else. I don't remember what I was using it for. It wasn't creating images. It was something else. And then I suddenly got the idea that I should, some of them weren't so bad, but every once in a while. But yeah, yeah. So, and was it the one that Chain did made in Gemini as well? The one of like Prince of Persia, Kalulu. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. I think I need to be better with describing my prompts though. Because it was like, create an image of a cute purple squid with big, giant, adorable eyes, holding a sword, standing next to a treasure chest. And I will say I really like Chains was Copilot. Oh. I love the Chat GTP ones. The one that Cody did with the Triforce is great. BKO added a whole bunch. And it's just going to continue to grow. It's just going to continue to grow. So any Kalulu artwork is welcome. I prefer Kalulu artwork that is like legitimately drawn or developed or designed by somebody. Like obviously I don't want AI to take anybody's jobs or take anybody's place. But I can't draw. So, and I don't want to be like, hey, can you guys make artwork for me? I don't want to be like that either. So if it's something that you are into, or if it's something that you just need practice or you just have an idea or something, I think that's fantastic. But it is by no means necessary. By no means. Yeah, the DALL-E one. I think I tried to mess around with that last night, but I think you have to pay for that one. Google Gemini, you don't, but it's not as good for sure. There were definitely some. There were some things. I've seen some things. But it was fun. It was fun to mess around with. It was kind of addicting, actually. I was like, man, how can I frame this? You know, it was really amazing. But yeah, it's kind of wild how AI is. Yeah, I agree. AI should be doing our chores, not making our art. I totally agree. I would never want AI to take over any artist's jobs. And you can tell when something is AI. Like, you can definitely tell. So I'm far more appreciative of I respect actual artwork that somebody created with their own hands and their own mind rather than just computer generating something. Like, it can be fun, but I can't draw either, Cody. So you are not alone on that one. Both my siblings can draw. Charlotte can draw really well. I cannot. And it's just not a passion of mine. It's just not something that I want. Charlotte's always like, well, you can make yourself, you can get better. You just have to practice. I'm like, I don't want to practice. I don't have enough of a passion for it. But anyway, I appreciate you, Scarecrow. I appreciate the community gift subs so much. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate everybody. I just love all of you. And I love that I am able to take 2 hours out of my day for self-care. This fills my bucket. And I love it so much. I love playing games. I love getting to know new people. I love spending time with like-minded people that also love games. I can't wait for our roundtable discussion this coming Saturday. I have another GameSpark interview set up for Saturday night. I'm very excited about that. And good things, all good things. And it's great because with the 1-year anniversary of my mom's passing coming up, I need good things because it's gonna be hard. And I think we can make it happen to get my siblings out here. And I think it's important for us, like I said earlier in the stream, I don't feel like it should be something we do every single year, but the 1 year feels important. And because I have kids, I'm kind of selfish and I'm kind of like, yeah, you guys should come out here because it's so much harder for me to travel because I've got 2 little ones. For me, it's 3 times as much money because I have to pay for 3 plane tickets instead of just 1. Also, it's Gail. How are you? Good to see you, Gail. I don't feel like I see AI much, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm not as good at detecting it as I thought I was. Maybe I'm just bad at that. But you guys are all wonderful people. Keep being excellent human beings and don't ever forget how much you matter. Don't ever forget how important you are. Each one of you has unique talents and gifts that you bring to this community, to Control Freaks community, to the world around you. And don't ever let anybody dull your shine because you are wonderful, wonderful people. And I really appreciate you guys a lot. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support and your generosity. And I just appreciate you guys a lot. And I'm just going to talk in circles because I feel like I never can quite say what I want to say. So I just talk in circles. So no stream tomorrow because it's Thursday. But I will be back on Friday with Charlotte to do Hogwarts Legacy. And today Charlotte was like, I'll give you a turn. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, darling. Because she hogged the controller the entire time when we did it last Friday. But she's really excited. Oh my gosh, it's Aram! It is so good to see you, Aram! Yeah, Scarecrow's just making it rain subs all over the place. Yep. I gotta take my headphones off. Yeah. Ooh, man. Now I'm dizzy. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be back on Friday with Charlotte, with C Prime. Trying to figure out how to make the microphone work for that better than the situation I have. But yeah, so everybody enjoy the rest of this time zone, wherever you are. And then have an excellent day tomorrow. And I will see all of you guys back here on Friday. More magic! I love you all. Bye!
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.